honest with you. When your invitation came, I nearly threw it out.
9 people chosen under bizarre circumstances.
Voila.
For a healing retreat.
Martin.
Feels like a setup.
Did you bring me here for my money?
I brought you here to heal, David.
I think my character is desperate and over the moon and enthusiastic and terrified all at once. She wants so badly to fix herself and to fix her relationship with her mom. And I think she's terrified of that not happening, as this is kind of her last resort.
And I think, I'm wanting a reconciliation with my daughter, even if it means having to go to this rather, peculiar wellness thing. I don't know quite what I'm in for, but time is of the essence with my character because of her condition. So I show up, and I'm the only character who's been to Zauberwald before, going there for, relaxation after one of my many marriages ended. So I go for spa treatments, but I show up thinking, looking at the spa menu, hoping that I'm just going to have a lovely time and eventually have a reconciliation with my daughter. And it gets a lot more complicated.
Yeah, I think Matteo came to the Zauberwald with Victoria because he's a lonely boy, I think. And at some point, she is like a friend and even a family to me, and just spend some fun times to experience it. So,
yeah, so you're meeting Wolfie and Tina they're in a 6-year relationship. So you're meeting them 6 years into this relationship, and it's like they've accumulated this baggage, they've accumulated resentment. So you're meeting them at their breaking point. I think they love each other, but they don't really like each other anymore. And I think that's a really interesting place to meet two people. Like, there was love, there was intimacy and romance, and now something has gone awry and they've grown apart. And it was really fun for Maisie and I to sit down and basically construct the most toxic lesbian relationship we could think of. And we were both experts, by the way. We've done a lot of field research. So we did that, and it was so much fun to have a scene partner that we could really sit and chat about that and figure it out.
Go ahead, Marie.
Okay. So my character, Brian, is a kids' TV show host who has deep anger issues, and they have sort of caused this sort of collapse of his career. And so he comes to, you meet him when he's pretty broken, really, and it's sort of like the final frontier, I think, for him, of like trying to figure out how to make sense of his life and move forwards, or, just descend completely into the abyss. Brian also has a puppet that, he uses in his kids' TV show, who he brings with him. Turns out the puppet, is very important to him and almost like an extension of him, and they have quite a strong relationship. And so, yeah, I think Brian is looking to be saved, really, like from just falling into that abyss, and doesn't really see a way out at this point when we meet him.
Same with KP and Marie's characters. Agnes is also a broken and very flawed character. She comes in from an LQ with her ex-husband, Jesus. She leaves the convent.
It's like, I don't know this.
And she's looking for answers. She wants to find out why God has stopped talking to her, because all her life she's had constant conversations with God, but then it stopped. So she left the convent because she felt that it was not a place for her to be at anymore. So she goes to Masha upon her invitation, trying to look for answers and to do everything she can to heal herself. And in the process, thinks that by helping other people, she'll be able to heal herself.
She's in a place of survival. Like, she's on that brink and she's teetering on the edge. And I think it's very much, this is her last chance. She's put everything into Tina. She's invested her whole life into Tina, and now Tina's walking away from that. And this is the make or break. So she's definitely like, when someone's drowning and they sort of are trying to grasp at anything to stay afloat, that's the mode you find her in. And she goes on the journey of unveiling and seeing herself for the first time in years And does she like the person she sees? And is this person she sees still compatible with Tina? And, you know, how is she going to really step into her true light?